put it down. There's things to do, but there's still like a community.
A community at the center of it all.
Hey, you can't get there if you don't come through here.
Where a dream or two has been known to come true.
Now I'm carving for one of the greatest storytelling families in the world.
Where the dark and scary are a source of pride.
If you have ever read a Stephen King novel, seen a movie, you've already traveled here, at least in your mind. Derry or Bangor, Maine.
This is Chronicle on WCVB Channel 5.
A river that branches through the downtown, covered by a frosting of winter white. In warmer days, the Penobscot flows freely, named after the Penobscot people who have inhabited the area for at least 11,000 years.
Today, Bangor, a city of roughly 30,000, remains the commercial center for northern, central, and eastern Maine. In fact, locals say you can't really get anywhere without passing through.
You need to come through here if you're headed to Acadia National Park, up to the North Woods, heading out west to some of the ski mountains and everything. I mean, there's other roads there, but the biggest ones all come through Bangor first.
Thanks to its intricate waterways and just a stone's throw to the northern woods, Bangor was known in the early to mid-19th century as the lumber capital of the world.
We're here because of our lumber. We were the largest lumber port for many years, and many people attribute Boston to being built on Bangor lumber and Brewer brick.
There is no larger reminder of Bangor's lumber history than this towering figure of American folklore, Paul Bunyan's legend, an American amusement. But the Bangor Bunyan is said to be the largest in the world. Bangor may just be the road to everywhere, but in 1937, it was the end of the road for the FBI's public enemy #1, bank robber and murderer Al Brady.
In 1937, Al Brady and his gang kind of started off in the Midwest and eventually would make their way to Bangor. Al Brady wanted a Thompson submachine gun, and he went down on Central Street into Dakin's Sporting Goods and asked to acquire one. And the proprietor gave him an answer to give him a little bit of time. And in that time period, he went to the local police, the state police, ultimately talked to the FBI. They were able to figure out that one of Brady's underlings, James Dolliver, was the one that went into Dakin's asking for this weapon, and it would be one of the largest shootouts in Bangor and Maine history. And Brady and Clarence Schaefer, the other member of the gang, would perish on Central Street.
During peak season, about 100 cars a day.
100.
Yep.
Today, a red Victorian perched on a hill, graced by iron bats, is home to Bangor's most famous residents, Stephen and Tabitha King.
One of the most popular living authors on the planet, and he attaches so much of his own life and his own experiences to his writing.
Jamie Tinker knows this city better than most. He grew up here, still calls it home, and runs SK Tours, giving you a mix of Bangor history and Stephen King corners. Jamie runs about 400 tours a year, following in his father's footsteps.
My father used to own a bookstore called Betts Bookstore, and over the years he became one of the top authorities on Stephen King. And when the bookstore sold, he started SK Tours up.
The tour ends here at one of King's homes, not open to the public, but you might be able to write your way inside.
The guest house is being converted into a writer's retreat for 5 residents to live there and write books.
But Jamie says his customers are most intrigued by the places that have inspired novel moments.
This is the Thomas Hill Standpipe. We also call it the Bangor Water Tower. For 4 days a year, you can go up and see Bangor from the highest point.
But behind this locked door, surrounded by over 200,000 shingles, a clownish nightmare from the novel, It.
In the book It, this is the Derry Standpipe. And in the book It, a young boy named Stanley was sitting on that bench, looking at the birds in that bird bath right there. He's writing his notebook, the birds he saw. And one day, he sees that door is open. He hears carnival music. He smells popcorn, and dead things start slowly and creepily start coming down the stairs.
Across town, Mount Hope Cemetery, the second oldest country garden cemetery in America, the perfect place for some night crawlers.
This is where 2 scenes from the first Pet Sematary movie was filmed. The housekeeper's funeral, where Stephen King had his cameo, is filmed in this cemetery.
You can't go far without stepping into the places that fueled King's creepy creativity. And for those who live here, one must be careful to separate the real from the fiction.
Stephen King made me afraid of the dark at my own corner.
Oh my, and SK Tours offers both group and private tours. The latter gives guests an option to bring along their pets. Jamie says people often bring cats to the cemetery, and if you've read the book, you know why that is pretty creepy. And if history had played out differently, we could be saying Bangor, Massachusetts. In 2020, Maine marked 200 years since it split from Massachusetts and became its own state. Next, locally sourced Bangor style.